Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to another homeschool update video. In this video, I'm going to share with you month 2 updates during our 2020-2021 school year. It's really hard to say. I don't know why I'm struggling with that so much, but this school year is, let's see, we're in the 9th week, I believe, so it's blazing right along, and I'm going to give you the update for weeks 5 through 8 and kind of what we did, how things are going, and of course I'll take any questions or comments down below and try to answer those as well. So my daughter is in kindergarten, she's 5, and we are using Memoria Press for her phonics instruction. We're using a combination of Singapore Math and Master Books for her math. And then everything else on top of that is bonus. I will leave a link below in case you're new to the channel and show you the video where I revealed all of our kindergarten choices for her. So you can check that out and see all of those. Actually, I'm only going to be showing you 2 things here today by way of update and let you know some things that are going on. But I will leave a link to that full video down below so you can go check that out and see all the stuff that we're using for kindergarten. Now, I do make science optional, history optional. If she wants to sit in on those readings and activities, she's welcome to, but I don't really make her do it. I also provide a circle time for her, which is story and craft and songs and rhymes and what we call fast facts, but that's recitation. All of that I provide for her in the afternoon if she wants to do it while my son is finishing up his schoolwork. It's just something, to give her something special in the afternoon to look forward to some time with mom while brother finishes up his work. So that isn't even required, although she does usually want to do it. So that's kind of the overall picture if you're new to this channel and not really sure how we do kindergarten. So I wanted to update you on 2 quick things and one kind of overall update. I'm going to share the overall update first and then get into the specifics. Overall, month 2 was kind of like our wake-up call or like reality check in a way. That first month, everything is new and exciting, and boy, don't we love kindergarten and we love school and all these new books. And then month 2 kind of comes, and there's still some of that excitement, but it's starting to wane a little bit, and it's starting to just become the routine of this is what we do most days. I try to do kindergarten 4 days a week, and by kindergarten I mean a phonics lesson and a math lesson per day. I try to do that 4 days a week with my daughter, and if we can get that 5th day in, great, but I don't push it if she's not having it on Fun Friday. So if I can get phonics and math in 4 days a week, I consider that kindergarten week complete. And once we hit month 2, you guys, it's kind of like, a little bit of the excitement has worn off. She's still doing her assignment. She's still doing great. She's still cooperating mostly with the lessons, but overall, I kind of expected it because I've already done this for a few years with my son, and I kind of expected to kind of, see the joy fade and excitement fade just a little bit, but she still has plenty of excitement over school. It's just not as much and not every day. So we're starting to get to that point. And I know a lot of you are probably at that point too, where things just, kind of hit, I don't want to say a rut, we're not in a rut, but they just kind of hit that not exciting point anymore, and it just becomes a routine. This is what we do. It's not so bad, but it's not the best thing ever anymore. So that's kind of a general update of where we are in month 2 for kindergarten. Now here's some specifics. I'm first going to talk about math, okay? So we are using 2 different things for math this year. The reason is because I knew that we were going to finish up the first thing before the end of the year, and we would need something else to kind of round out the year. Because I didn't just want to finish it and move on to first grade material, and I didn't want to just not do anything at all, because I think we'll probably finish in February, March. And so I didn't want to go those last 3 or 4 months with nothing and leave like a big gap, add that on to summer and then start back up in the fall. You know what I mean? That just is too long. So I really wanted to get something else after we finished our first program. The first program I selected was a very old program that was recommended by Heart of Dakota in the Little Hearts for His Glory guide. It's called Early Bird Mathematics, and it's produced by Winnie Tan, or Tan, I don't know how you say her last name, but it's no longer in print, and it's extremely hard to find. But I did find the books, and so we are using those. However, they're very thin, and I knew that we would get through it rather quickly. We are about just 15 pages from the end of the book, and we're in week 9. And so I knew that we would finish both books, maybe even before Christmas, but definitely not long after Christmas. And so I went ahead and picked up, before the school year even started, I went ahead and picked up Math Lessons for a Living Education Level 1. And the reason I chose Level 1 was because I feel that this particular course actually straddles 2 levels. I feel like it's not really a kindergarten math level straight through, and it's not really a first grade math level straight through. I believe it's about midpoint in the kindergarten year to about midpoint in the first grade year. That's just my personal opinion, having looked at multiple math programs, having taught first grade math before to my son. I believe that this is kind of kindergarten 0.5 to first grade 0.5. That's where I feel this is. And so I feel that this would be a great course for us to use in concert with our Singapore math to kind of fill in those last few months where we need a math program. But I didn't want to start it then. I didn't want to wait until we completely finished, because this actually starts off with let's learn to write our numbers, and let's learn shapes, and let's learn how to add. And by the time we get to March, we're already going to have done that months prior. So I didn't want to wait until the end to start this. So I decided to start this past month. I started this. We are actually doing one lesson, a whole lesson, which is meant to be a week's worth of material. We're actually doing one lesson in one day. And the reason is because, again, it starts off at numbers, learning to write your numbers. So learn to write your numbers 1 to 9. And the first lesson is basically a lot of tracing. And I didn't even have her do every page in here. I think I only had her do the pages that were on lesson 5, because that's kind of the review lesson. So I just had her do, or exercise 5, I think it's called. I just had her do the written work on exercise 5. And we are covering, I'm reading all of the story portion, and I'm kind of just orally going over the exercises here. And then by the time we get to exercise 5, that's when I have her write in and do the activity. So that's just kind of how we're doing it. So again, lesson 2, we just went over everything orally, and then when we got to lesson 5, she filled it in. So I'm going to do this until we've gone up to lesson 5. So we are currently on lesson 5, which again would be week 5 if you were doing this according to the schedule. This was your only math program and you were doing this according to the schedule in the Master Books book. That would be, up to week 5. But I'm doing one lesson in one day's time because I'm using this as a review. I'm using this as a way to kind of stretch out our year a little bit and not run out of math. So we covered numbers and counting and shapes already in the Singapore math that we're doing. We got to a place that I thought was a good stopping point in that book, just a few pages before the end of book 1 in that, and I decided that we would come over here and do about 6 lessons of this course, and we're going to stop right before we get to the place value village, because I actually want to do some more activities with place value in the Singapore course before we get to creating the place value village, because I do think that is a little bit more advanced of a thinking skill, and I just want to give us a little bit more time before we get to that. So my plan for this month was just to enjoy the stories, because the stories in here are darling, and my daughter loves learning about Charlie and Charlotte, and then just use 1 page per day for review. And so that's what we're doing. So we did that this last week, and into this week we will finish up lessons 5 and 6 this week, and then we'll set this book aside again, and next week head into the rest of our Singapore book. So we'll probably finish that up right before Thanksgiving, maybe even sooner, and then that would be halfway through that math course, you guys, even with taking a break to come over and do this. So we're really blazing through math with her. So I thought I'd just explain that to you, kind of let you know how you can kind of tweak things, use multiple resources to kind of stretch things out or give yourself some good review. That's just one idea and one thing that we're doing in kindergarten. Now, the other thing I wanted to update you on right quick is reading. I thought I would show you real quick where you would be after 8 weeks of instruction in this course, what your child would be able to read, and what kind of assignments they're having them do. These are the words. I'll just hold this like this for a second. These are the words, and they work in word families in Memoria Press. It's a phonetic approach to teaching reading, and so they work with word families, and they build words that way. Those are the 4 word families that we've mainly worked with, and then we also had these sight words. Okay, so by week 8, the end of 8 weeks, your child will be able or should be able to read all of those sight words and be able to sound out those word family words. Now, in doing that, she is reading stories that are about 7 or 8 lines at a time, and they're right here in the book. So this was a story she read today, and then she does have the option. I don't always make her draw the picture, but she does have the option then to illustrate the story. Most times she does that, but today we are at my mom's house, and we are here for a party, a Halloween party, so she was all about getting done with school and just didn't want to draw the picture. But that is where you would be, those word family words and those sight words. That's about where you would be at the end of 8 weeks, the end of like month 2 in the kindergarten program with Memoria Press. I thought I would just show you that real quick and let you know what to expect. We are loving it. I absolutely feel like I picked the right program for my daughter to learn to read. I just can't say enough about it. I absolutely love it. I've done a full flip through of it. I will leave that below. And with that, I really don't have any changes or anything more I can say other than we absolutely love it. I mainly just wanted to show you what you could expect 8 weeks in. So I will wrap up this video with that. That is where we are with kindergarten. I just wanted to give you those few little updates and a little look inside to kind of follow along with us. If you have more detailed questions, please leave those below and I will answer those as I can. All right, with that, I'm going to wrap this up and I will catch you in the next video.